friends, it's Nancy, and my last video, I was working on a tag for this journal, and so I made this tag. I had a little booklet of Christmas carols that I took this one out and backed it with some book page and some tea-dyed paper and added all kinds of fun stuff. But I ended up with leftovers. These aren't all identical size. I cut them to sort of go with the size of the music. And I've decided I'm going to make, I think there's 18 or 19. I am going to make 19 different tags. So I've made a list. So far I have a list of 16, but you know, 19 could happen. So let's get started. Some of them here. I don't know. I'll use this one. So the first one I'm going to do is decoupage with a napkin. So I have I got these napkins when I got them at an estate sale when I was away, and I mean they've never been opened. I've just opened it. And this one has some holly on it. Ooh, got 4 hollies on it. I don't need 4 hollies. So like I said, I went ahead and I backed each of these with book paper and then some paper on top of the book page for writing on. I've inked the front, but I've done nothing else. I've done no sewing. I didn't ink the back or anything. So let's start. I need a little piece of tape so I can separate the layers of the This might be just a one flyer because they were relatively inexpensive new. There was 40 of them for $1.99, so I think that's just one ply. And I'm gonna tear around it. There's little stars. I don't want the stars. And I probably, well, I certainly won't be using the whole piece of ivy or holly on this, but just sort of getting it torn out so that I can decide what I want to do. It's Sunday afternoon and I've put a beef stew in the oven, and it's one of my go-to favorite recipes because I just throw it in a roasting pan, toss it in the oven and leave it on low, and it just cooks all afternoon. And then I can have the afternoon to do whatever I please. So this one's Deck the Holes. And I think I will sort of do it like that. And I'm just going to use glue stick. Just wiping the little extra glue off. And I can cut this border overhang. Okay, now I will sew that. For a tab, let me grab some fabric. This used to be a gift bag before I repurposed it. There we go. That just went flying. Okay. I think what I would like to do is make noise. I'm just going to ink up the edges a bit. I got this idea because I was thinking in the first video I did with the ephemera, the cigarette card, and you know, that sort of thing. I took an awful long time making that, so the tag itself without the sewing was 42 minutes. This is a slot punch. I picked this up at, I think it was Hobby Lobby. So before I make this permanent, I will do some sewing on this first, but just to sort of give you an idea what the end product is going to look like, I'm going to do a little stitching across there. So there's number one without stitching. Let me pause while I do that. So there we are with the stitching done. And I had a little label that I just added to the corner just for a little more interest. Okay, so there's number one. Next, I gotta grab something from the other room. All right, next one up is a carol called "Oh Little One" from 1650. And again, the tag is all prepped, ready to go. And what I've got is this little gift tag, and it's vintage, to Henry from Eileen with much love. And I thought, well, that's perfect. So what I'd like to make is a little tuck spot. So what I was thinking is I would use a piece of this like candy cane sort of paper. Make a little tuck spot like that. That's not doing it for me. What about this? not liking any of these. What if I just did a squared off tuck spot? I've got some ribbon here. What if I just did a vellum one? Let's do vellum. I'm feeling vellum. Let me get a hunk of vellum because the paper's not doing it. Okay. So I think I will start got a little piece of tape there. We'll start by gluing a little piece of this ribbon. I also have this ribbon, but this might a little too much. A little too. I think I'll pull it down a bit. Okay. Now we'll put little Henry here. Okay, so this was on a string and it did tear a little bit, but that's okay. I'm just going to trim away some of this piece where it, you know how sometimes it'll print and then cut just slightly off. Well, that's what happened with little Henry here. Hope you're having a good weekend. Maybe getting prepared for the holidays. Making your lists and checking them twice. Just putting a few drip drops of glue there. And okay, now I'm going to stitch around it, and thinking about the top. Maybe that's too much. I do have this like red and white. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Just gonna roughly trim this. All right, let me go do some sewing. Now I got something I want to show you. When you are stitching and you want to press these little raised holes, go counterclockwise and you'll get a much flatter appearance. And it has to do with the way that you sew. Okay. Here's my next thing. Do not cut these threads until after you've inked. I cannot tell you how many times by rubbing with the brush I have untied my knots. So we're just going to not do that. All right. Now I can cut those threads. But I'm going to trim away the vellum. And I decided to grab my eyelets because I think I have a heart-shaped red eyelet, or maybe a star-shaped red eyelet. And that might look good. I don't have a lot of shaped eyelets, but let's see what we do have. None that want to come out. Oh, there's a big red one. I was thinking maybe I could do two and string something through it. Got a big gold star there too. But not for this one. Not this time. Okay, so I need my pencil to find the halfway mark. We'll see if that works. All right. I'm trying to keep the point of the star facing upward. I think I got the wrong end. All right. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue under here so that we don't have the ribbon becoming undone, needing to be tightened all the time. That's annoying. Now, this ribbon is just a tiny bit. Sorry, I'm putting a little more glue under here. I don't know. You can't see that. There, just put a little bit of glue behind there. And now this ribbon is just a little bit too white for me. So I'll get my antique linen. I'm going to go around the vellum with the antique linen as well. I feel like I want to darken up this edge. I have my little twigs sponge stick. So where it's got the white bedspread, and the white pillow. There. That's better. So that is tag number 2. Now something can be put in there, of course. Do I even have anything handy? You would think I would. So I can make a little something to go in there, but it doesn't have to happen right now. So that's tag number 2. So tag number 3, let me get what I need from that. So this one, it's called The Angel Song. It's ready to go. So I picked up these cute little cards again recently at that estate sale. So these are little white cards, but they have these little felt angels on the front. So I thought I would make a little flip out, tip out sort of thing. We'll get one that has, these are, I think these are handmade. I think the faces are painted on lima beans, dried lima beans. And those wings are definitely hand cut. I remember doing crafts like this. This maybe was a, like a brownies or Girl Guides maybe. So it's not folded particularly well, so I'm just going to give this a little oomph. And I'm using antique linen just to sort of draw a border around this little girl. Do you remember making these? Or things like this when you were little? I made a lot of fridge magnet kind of things out of felt and foam and sequins and okay. So I want to make sure that this little babe is all solid glued down. So there's some room for improvement. These parts are good. I'm just gonna now there's a little piece of trim that's gone awry. Oh, that's not what I want. And just gonna trim off the overhangy parts. There. That's much better. Now, I'm looking for my eraser. So there's a little bit of glue the original maker maybe that's not going to come off, but let's put a little glue here to keep her hair down. Okay. Now I'm not going to glue this yet because I want to sew first, but I'm thinking I want to add a little bit of trim like that, so you can still, or maybe like that. Yeah, let's do that. So on the center loop, I'm just putting some glue. And then I don't want this to all come apart when I cut it. So I'm putting lots of glue there. Okay. I also had some other gold trim I thought I might use, but I think that's enough for the time being. I'm just going to roughly cut this off. And I will stitch around and be right back. Okay, so I've knotted, pushed the paper bumps down, inked it. Now I can cut that off. Now I'm going to trim this part off. That part. And I have a little gold eyelet. We'll just pop that in. That is not working at all. That's better. So I have this ribbon. It says it's 95% metallic and 5% cotton. I don't like it. I'm going to put it in just like it's an ornament hanger. So like that, and I will tie a knot, and this will get trimmed, but right now I'm going to glue these two things together so that it doesn't unravel. So I will let the glue set up and then I will cut that, if that makes sense. Oh, come on. I just want a little one. This will have to do. I'm just going to press those together with this bulldog clip. Okay. came flying at me. Kind of liked this too. It has multicolored sequins on it, but I decided to go straight up gold. Alrighty, so I'm gonna put our little angel there. I could leave open an edge to make a pocket, but I'm not going to. She's already got a lot going on. And then a little journaling can happen there. Right? Now, there is nothing about this that doesn't scream handmade Christmas. There we go. So that is, so far, we've got 3 tags done. So we have little angel, vintage gift tag. Well, that's a vintage gift tag too. And some decoupage. So thank you so much for joining me today. Come back. I'm just going to keep working, and I'll videotape a series of videos. So I'm just going to keep working, and pretty soon we'll have 18 different tags.